Hello everyone, welcome to our channel. Today we are explaining a manga where a secretary hands in her resignation, which is rejected by CEO. What will she do now? Let's find out. A woman is checking her lottery numbers, and she cannot believe that she has won. She texts her friend that she is quitting her job as she has won the lottery. She is our female lead and her name is Yoon Gam. Iren is a #1 cosmetics company with Do-hyuk Chai as a CEO. He joined as a young CEO, but he proved his capabilities within a year. Our female lead works as Do-hyuk's secretary. She is very capable and has been working since a year. We see that Do-hyuk still does not call Yoon by her correct name and Yoon is fed up with Do-hyuk's ruthless workload and cruel behavior. Yoon remembers sandwich day when Do-hyuk asked her to buy food for him. She goes and buys food, but he leaves for home without informing her while she is waiting for him with his meal in the office. She feels humiliated by his behavior. Just after this incident, she goes and buys lottery tickets in fit of anger. She knows her chances of winning a lottery is as slim as the possibility of Do-hyuk falling madly in love with her. She visits Do-hyuk to hand in her resignation, while wondering what should she do now. She likes the idea of opening a nice coffee shop. Do-hyuk asks who is resigning. She informs she is the one who is resigning. I refuse is what we hear Do-hyuk say. Just like you and I, Yoon is also surprised by this reaction. Do-hyuk says that he rejects her resignation and asks her to set up a business meeting, and resumes treating her as a secretary while giving her more work to do. She ends up working late night. After going home, she considers various options of what she could do with her lottery money. Investing in stocks, real estate, launching her own business, etc. She thinks back to the time when she joined the company, and all her co-workers resigned one after the other, and thus the position of being Do-hyuk's secretary fell upon her. She doesn't want to be a secretary, at least not for Do-hyuk. We see a notepad with the word revenge written by Yoon. Yoon goes to office the next day, and greets Do-hyuk with an incorrect name. This is her first revenge, which fails when Do-hyuk brushes past her without saying anything. For her second revenge, she makes coffee for Do-hyuk and adds salt instead of sugar so that Do-hyuk fires her himself and she is able to leave the company. She serves him coffee and waits for his reaction, but he does not give any reaction even after sipping his coffee. She is disappointed and is about to leave when Do-hyuk asks her to stop and walks towards her. She is terrified as to what will he do. He puts his hand on her forehead while she apologizes. He goes back to his desk and sips the coffee and thinks that his secretary is out of order. We later get to know that he was checking her temperature to see if she is sick. Do-hyuk is in his car, thinking what did he do wrong? Yoon never once made a mistake in the past year and she was an ideal secretary, but now she can't even brew a proper coffee. He feels that his role is to bring out the best in his employees. He visits a bookstore and buys tons of books for him to read so that he can fix his secretary to the way she was. Yoon comes to office thinking her yesterday's revenge plan was a failure. She goes to a cafe to buy a sandwich with lots of cucumbers, knowing well that our CEO does not like cucumbers. For her next revenge, she gives Do-hyuk the cucumber sandwich. Instead of getting angry, Do-hyuk thanks her for her hard work and tells her to take the rest of the day off. She gets goosebumps hearing this. Yoon meets her friend for lunch and narrates everything. Her friend thinks Do-hyuk is looking down on her. Yoon thinks she has gone through so much for Do-hyuk, and she cannot quit now. She feels Do-hyuk is playing games, and she is ready for a duel. Her friend suggests Yoon to observe the CEO and find his weakness and use it to finish him off. Will she be able to find Do-hyuk's weakness? Do you want to find out?